Good day to everybody. How are we doing? I'm quickly going to go over starting things off in a new account and raid straight up for this from a referral from a friend. So this means you will not be starting with any referral code from a streamer. You don't get the extra epics, all that kind of stuff. This is on a phone. This is raw. This is just you're starting with your rare champion, and you can also use a legendary promo code still, but you have a champion that, and then you get the login, who currently is Michelangelo for the TMNT event. So that gives me a DNS error. It's a good time. It's a domain error, but we're going for here, and here's the code. So as soon as I click this, it's going to open it to the store. You have to log into a Gmail account on BlueStacks to do this. Or it could be on, if it's on your Samsung device, you also need to have a Gmail account logged in. When you hit install, it's going to start going, get the game installed. Now this likely will have the sound effects going and stuff like that. I don't know if I have the settings muted or not. We'll have to wait and see. So once it says it's good to go, we hit play, and it gets the game going. It tells me there's keyboard shortcuts. I hit continue just to get that out of the way. And now it's beginning here. Now, this is a totally new account, so this should have started new game. And as you can see, it's got the TMNT background. TOS. I might have to mute it just because the sounds are pretty loud. I'm just trying to show from the get-go 2025 September going into October, like this is. So I'm going to mute the sounds, okay? I'll put them on a little bit. That should be okay. I'll do that. They are going to go through the cinematic. This is going to become very familiar to you. Some of these champions, very familiar. These are all the starting rare champions. You'll get to choose one of these to start off. Most people will tell you Kale is who to start off with. He's a poisoner. You could also start off with Gallic here. He's an orc. He's a burner. And if you want to have an easier time with Arena and Fire Knight and Dragon, you will choose Aethel. Though Kale is good on everything, so that's who we're going to choose. Arena, she's great, as well as Waves if you want to choose Alhain to be a farmer. These abilities at the bottom are an A1, A2, A3. Almost every champion in the game has 3 abilities. A very few of them have 4 or more. There's mythical level of champion that has like 6 to 12 if you include both forms. So that's something to get into much later. Currently this is just the raw diving into the game. This you're about to see come over here is the dragon, is one of the dungeon bosses you can fight and farm in the game. This is again just the opening cinematic. It's trying to introduce you as a new player to the game mechanics. Basically literally click and go, click and go. You lose one of these, you can still choose her, don't worry, she hasn't disappeared. She just didn't make it through this dragon fight. They want to avenge her, they have some voice lines. They all throw weak attacks at him. They don't have any artifacts on, clearly, and artifacts are weapons and gear. You'll see in a second that we'll be farming. And this dragon's like, yeah, peace out, goodbye. So, now here you get this is the Arbiter. This is like your narrator through the campaign. You eventually do get her as well. There's missions. You can get her by the 30th to 60th day if you're really pushing hard. We are going to take Kale to have an easier time in the game at the start. He is good into mid-game. So as you can see, you get brought to this pit area. I'm going to make this larger. This is the summoning portal. This is where you can open different shards to get different champions. Sorry if you hear my cat jumping there. It's early in the morning and she's just jumping around. So you're going to get this champion sniper. Just so you know, you always get these champions. I have the graphics setting very low right now, just so this doesn't doesn't come off as too strong with all the like glitz and glamour of the game going on. The game does look very nice, but when you're running BlueStacks instances, or in this case the game on Player and Play, it can be very intense on your CPU and GPU. So here's a narrated scene, has some nice drawings, very nice. It's going to ask us to go into the campaign location here. We're going to go in. It's going to tell us. She talks a bit about affinities and weaknesses. So green is spirit affinity. It's strong against the force affinity red. Red is strong against the magic affinity blue. Blue is strong against the green affinity spirit. Void is neither strong nor weak, the purple one here, to any of these. Just to point out as well, there's numerical details to consider here, but basically your attacks are 15% weaker versus the opposite. So magic versus force is 15% weaker. And then the force has a percentage of strength against magic in the same ballpark. It's like 15 or 20%. You have Kale here and Sniper. It's telling us Kale has an aura, so it's going to give these two 15% more HP in all battles. And then it tells us to start and jump into the fight. It's telling us your hits here. If it's green, it's effective. Yellow, see how they have yellow? They're neutral because we're all magic affinity. And down here, you can, if you don't want to do the clicking, you can hit it on 2x, and you can just choose the A1, or you could choose to use an A2. He buffed himself. This is an increased crit rate buff. You'll learn. If you are curious about those, you can hit the info tab and it would tell you, right now it's shut off, but it'll tell you the details you need to know about all the spells and abilities. We don't want to waste an AoE on him, so we're going to go over here to level 2. Now his A2 attacks all enemies, so drops poisons as well. This one adds poison sensitivity, but hits 2 enemies at random, so it hits those 2. We could also just hit auto, and then the game will auto play this. And as you're farming in the game, there is a lot of autoing as part of this game. Which you can do in the background when you get to a certain level. Now we get brought to the Bastion. This is your home base. You're going to go down here to the champions. It's going to ask us to put an artifact on. You click here and equip it. It's going to ask us to close and then go back to the campaign here. And you're going to click and go back in. It's going to tell us to get a helmet. Basically this will auto, like I said before. Now his attacks are hitting a little stronger. So neutral versus affinity, and he is a spirit affinity, so we got strong hits on him. Alright, our account leveled up. We also got a helmet. It's going to ask us to go here and put this on. Now, one of the nice developments in 2025 is that they took away the cost for gear removal. This is something for years the raid community had to deal with as a silver bleed on our resources. Because if we wanted to remove this low-level hat and helmet to put on something stronger, it used to cost us heaps of silver, this resource up here, which you also need to upgrade them. And it costs a lot on the higher level items. So it used to cost us like $1 million or $2 million silver just to switch gear, or we would have to choose to destroy that piece of gear. So if it's a stronger piece of gear, you really don't want to destroy it, especially mid and late game. And then this is going to come up after you finish the brief tutorial. All these achievements you're going to see popping up, so you might want to give it a sec to clear. But right now, if you log into the game and you're a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan, you will get Michelangelo on day 7. The other champions, Donatello was a fusion. He's already gone by though, but he still can be summoned until the event is over. It ends November 13th. So right now we can get a 5-star artifact to start. So you do get a very strong start. And as I mentioned earlier, you can, if this is a referral code from a friend code, but if you want to do a referral code from a streamer, you can start off with some epic and stronger champions. But I wanted to give it the general player starting on a phone from scratch experience. So if we go to the shop here, there's a lot of things Raid starts you off with now, resource-wise. So we get some brews there. You'll weekly get a Ancient Shard, and you'll get a Mystery Shard every day. The Mystery Shards cannot summon anything over a rare champion, just so you know. These are download gifts. It's a shield and weapon, which are great for starting because they are very good for your starter champion here, Kale. You would rather So look at these stats. He does like accuracy and speed. Those are good, but this is a 4-piece stat. Early in the game, stats over sets is a suggestion for you. Right here, crit rate and accuracy and crit damage speed. So if we put this on, while we'll lose the health benefit we were getting, we will gain a greater benefit from these artifacts. Now, early on, you cannot have instant upgrading on, but once we have it at level 5, for some reason it's locked at level 5, but you will be able to instantly go 1 to 16 or 1 to 12, 1 to 8, 1 to 4, whatever you choose. So we got crit rate, which is great. We're only going to roll these up to level 4 just to help us with the campaign early on to level up a little bit. How this used to work, thankfully it's been changed, but how this used to work, level 4 onward, 1 to 4 never fails, but 4 onward can fail. Every time it failed, it would go 70 to 90% and then drop, and then drop. And you could sit here for 15 minutes, and I'm not kidding about that, waiting for an artifact to upgrade. Thankfully, they fixed that a few years ago. But yes, those are the stats for him. Now, like I said, we aren't going to get a fancy code up here. These are gifts from Raid. You can collect most things right away, but there's no free champion or anything because we didn't use a referral link from a streamer. If we go here, you're going to have daily login calendar here, which you'll get different things as each month goes by. The first one's going to give you lots of energy to start off. You might want to save your shards. Usually there's events, so this is the summoning pool here. Right now there's what's called a progressive chance, so you have a higher chance to get certain champions. These are all, this happens to be a week, these are all very, very, very good champions. This one here, Donatello, he's very limited because he's only going to be available till November 13th. You can never get him again after that. The rest of these champions will always be in the game. This guy here, though, is special. He is what's called a Unity champion. They don't give these out that often, so it's once a month you might have a chance to summon one of them. And a 15x means you have 15 times to 25 times. It'll keep increasing every legendary you summon. You only get a legendary once every 220 shards, just to give you a numbers game on that. If it's a 2x summoning event, it'll be an increase. So right now, because Donatello is limited and he does pair with Michelangelo, we will choose him. And out of these supports, we will choose Doom Priest because she is a speed lead and she also heals. She's very good. We don't have any shards currently, but you can get them from the campaign. For the Void champions, we will choose a support champion as well. And out of these ones, we will choose this one as well as a support, or this one here. This champion is one of the best damage dealers in the game right now, but he also requires you to have a strong shield champion to make him strong. If you don't, then he doesn't hit hard at all. So it's very like he needs that support champion. Those are things you'll figure out further into the game. Cardiel will get a speed aura. Just so you know, you can check out a champion if you're like, oh, what does he do? You can click on them and open them up. You can see the kit. You can see his is tied behind his ascendancy. Ascendancy are when these stars are purple and they're filled. You do that with potions after you farm potion keeps. But right now we're going to choose Cardiel or Shuzin. We'll choose Shuzin. And then these are primal shards. They can summon an extra level of rarity for champions, which go into, I'll show in a second. And then from down here, we'll choose Donatello. We aren't going to get a Sacred today, but there's also a new player bonus for the first week you play. You can get, if you manage to earn or buy 10 Sacred Shards, you can just get Donatello. This is a guaranteed chance. These are very rare. Also, in your first day of playing, if you happen to get a Sacred Shard, you have a 2x summoning percent. So down here you can see it's increased. Normally this is 6% and this is 94%. So Sacred Shards only give epics and legendaries, but you usually have a 6% chance on legendaries. You have to pull, and then this is the mercy system to break down how it works for the shards. Learn this and treat this as a Bible, because you usually are very far into these higher numbers before you get a champion of this rarity. Just to point out for you, okay? Fusions are something that are in the game. Currently, this is the fusion. He's a new dwarf champion. To build him, this is what's called a traditional fusion, but he requires 4 epics, which you can earn 1 copy of through a summon rush right now, and then you can get in these rares through different events. You cannot summon these rares currently, I believe, and this dog is actually very good. Everyone should be trying to get a copy of this dog if you're a new player. He has an ally protect and counterattack, and he also has a provoke on his A2, so he just combos very well, and then this one as well. So that's called a passive, and his passive works very well with his kit. As you're going, here's another free gift they're giving you to start off, which is silver calendar, and you get silver there. So, before we do anything else, promo code to start off. I am going to choose a calendar champion that goes with Michelangelo's faction. He's Sigmund High Shield, so he pairs with Michelangelo. And so this is the promo code I'm going to choose. I chose the wrong one. That was just an energy pack. So I did choose the right one. I was like, wait, did I do the wrong one? So this is the legendary we're going to get when our account hits level 30. Took a second there, scared me for a second. I was like, I've got them written down right beside me. Every time we hit a level increment, we'll be getting a bonus. This one here is a silver chest. It will have possibly a shard or gems or something like that in it. I'm just telling you, Sigmund's, well, he's a great champion, and he does go endgame. He is probably one of the worst starting champions to get, because you have to, wait to get him. It probably will take you a day and a half of hard playing to get to level 30 in one day. And you're also not getting a legendary to start off. This is an example of they're trying to start throwing packs at you to buy. You do not have to buy anything in this game. All the things can be earned. You can choose to spend if you'd like. But it's highly suggested you learn about the values and costs of things if you are going to spend, because sometimes they are very overcosted. So these are all things you can get just for clicking on and off while playing the game, such as going up here to our account. We will first choose a different picture. Let's say we like the sheep. We'll choose the sheep. We also want to change our name, so we will choose this to YouTube Grim 25. Must be 14, it's too long. So we're just going to call this GrimTube 25. So there it is there, changed. You can also put champions you like in this later on. Over here under quests, you can accept these levels. As you click on anything that says XP, this is account XP. You can really only gain account XP from these tabs. So me saying I need to get to level 30, most of I have to do dailies, weeklies, and monthly quests to get this XP as we're going. You also are going to get this pass. I was about to say this is going to show up in a sec. This pass gives us a lot of good things as we're leveling up our starter champion. So in this case, the Arbiter here is going to talk about what the pass does, how it works. These are daily quests you get to complete as you're going. It'll level up the pass, as well as upgrading Kale or Gallic or Elhain or Aethel, whichever starter champion you chose. Now, to get this epic champion, while she's very good, you do have to buy the pass. So you do have to spend money to buy it. You could full out buy everything and get it all right away if you pay for that. So right now we're just going to collect our lifesteal set, and we have to do campaign things to get the rest of it. So going to Kale here, we can take a look at this lifesteal set. So we'll equip him with this. The gloves rolled very well. This is like your best case scenario, getting attack, crit rate, or crit damage as the main stat. In this case, attack with crit rate, crit damage on them. So again, very lucky. HP, speed, crit damage. If this was attack percent, it would be better, but we'll learn about that later. And then if these were speed boots, that would have been best case scenario, but defense works, keeps him alive. So now it gave us a new bonus, which is lifesteal. There are 2-piece sets, 4-piece sets, and 9-piece sets through the game. You won't see any 9-piece sets this early on. As you're going in the game too, this is the challenge area. You'll be completing these as you go. Same with the badges. Badges are just more like a little trophy you get. But to complete these, okay, we need to summon a spirit champion. That's a random thing to do, but you'll eventually do it. Same with a force and legendary, and then you'll get these rewards up here on the top as you're doing these. There's one for the artifact dungeons. These ones are really annoying to do, so please pay attention if the difficulty it says to do it on. Just pointing that out, because some say normal, some say hard, some say brutal for the difficulty level of the campaign. Same with the Arbiter missions. There are Arbiter missions like these that you want to try and line them up, but they will say like, oh, it needs to be done on hard or greater or brutal or higher. Dungeon here, they usually have conditions. The early ones here, you'll get an ancient shard. You just have to beat the stages at this level. And then arena, the same thing. You have to compete in arena here, and then you'll start getting books. So 2 pages here will give us books. 3, will give us books, and then 1 will give us shards. This is one of our only sources of shards, but when you get to the 5th page, it is a sacred shard. And then down here we have the Arbiter missions. These we want to complete as we're going. Some, as you can see, are retroactive, meaning they fill up in the background. Well, half of these missions need to be done as they appear in the slot. So keep this in mind, such as this one here. This will not complete until it is the mission that's lined up. So until it's in this slot here, we can't complete. It won't give us. We can beat it all we want. It won't give us the completion bar being full until it's up first. Same goes for this one here. These are Arcane Keeps. Same goes for the arena ones. Same goes for Mastery. Same goes for Minotaur. Like, all of these have to be done as they're coming up. So make sure it's in the slot before you start trying to do it. Once you do get the Arbiter Champion, she's an amazing legendary, and you get nice rewards on the way. You'll get Ramontu and start those check. This one's actually harder to do than Marius. This requires you to do what's called Live Arena. There's 3 different types of arena. Let's go over there and take a look. It's closed right now. I can't see it. But we'll jump in the campaign first. But Live Arena is essentially, you have to fight someone live. You're fighting another player live. So it all comes down to, is your gear better? Are you faster? Do you have better champions or counter champions to what their champions do? It's better. It's for mid-game players and onward. You can do it at the beginning if you understand it, but it's going to be a little frustrating because you need to know like what speed leads are. You need to know what what champions, when you see them, like what they do. You have to have a general idea of what they do. So certain supports will put shields or unkillable on their team. There's a set in the game called Stone Skin. You get it from one of the clan bosses called Hydra. And that clan boss will, you do it once a week, but eventually you start getting lots of this gear called Stone Skin. You have to get a lot of it, but once you have 4 pieces of it on, of the 9, you'll start getting buffs of this shell that goes around you, and you can't take damage with that shell on. You have to, it's like a big shield they have to get through before they even start doing damage to you. And if the more pieces of that set they're wearing, the stronger the shield is, because it takes their HP percent into account for how strong the shield is. It goes up to 75%. The first barrier one, I believe, is 25%. So as we're doing campaign, we want to only have 2 champions or less in here, because if you put 3 champions in here, at most we would be able to 2-starring this. As you're going to complete the campaign, you do have to 3-star every area. So we leveled up again. Until we get to about 15 to 20, it'll keep leveling up quickly. You could also leave Kale in here alone. We did complete an apprentice mission as well. I don't want this to go over half an hour, so I'm going to try and wrap once we get the arena unlocked. I think that's where I'll tie off part 1. I'll probably do a part 2 once Clan Boss is unlocked on the account. But starting account fresh, this is how slow it is. It's wait and go. I could have upgraded his gear, all that lifesteal gear I put on, to level 4, which would have made this go a bit faster. But that's also why you're looking for the speed stat. It means he'll go first. So there we go. We got to 6. We got speed boots here as well, which are great. Now, if I take off his current boots, that means he won't have the lifesteal. He won't get to keep this lifesteal bonus. These are the two bonuses he has right now. Like I said, these gloves are very good. He does more damage. We can roll those to level 8. So this failing is what artifacts used to do. I'm going to hit cancel just to hit instant upgrade. It's going to give me a warning now because I'm instant upgrade because it just uses silver. There we go. So that's great. And then we'll go to his helmet and shield to give us more defensive stats. And upgrade his weapon to level 8 as well. Increasing his attack means he'll do more damage, even though he also does damage over time with poison. For the most part, and this will also upgrade his survivability with and give us some speed. Now we ran out of silver there, but overall he's now a lot stronger. So see, she's 915, he's 3,100. So he should be able to do this by himself. And if we beat this floor, we'll get a rare champion as well as a one-time reward. And through the campaign, you can gain rare champions from the campaign areas. Some of them are very good. So as you can see, he's got some debuffs there. If you hit info, you can see the debuff, his decreased speed. And he's got a shield on right now. Now I have decreased speed again. And then the tutorial kicks back in, goes to the story. If you want to listen to the story and not skip through it, just don't click. She's a rare champion. She's great as a support early on. If you didn't choose a support legendary to start or get the referral link promo codes to start, the referral link epics, I mean. We get a whole bunch of gear here as well. Attack percent, all very good. And then we move forward. Before we go on to Chapter 2, which is the sewers, this is a second area of the Arbiter missions. We want to go down here and click this to make sure this is progressing. Now we can do the sewers because this is going to give us gems for completing the sewers. You want to keep track of your missions as you're going. Over here, you want any missions that give you energy. Is there one here? These are all going to be... So there's all silver for the first page, but if there's any here that were energy, you want to you don't have to collect it right away. I think these are all going to be, yeah, they're all potions. These are arena refills. What? And again, I want to try to sell you a pack. I'm getting progression rewards as well. You don't have to claim these until you need them. So if you want to hold on to that banner for a champ training tournament, you can. There happens to be one on right now, but there's probably a novice tournament here blocking it. So as you can see, there is. And right here, you can see reference and player numbers, referral. They're doing referral link accounts. Some of them haven't even changed the names yet. But you will get a rare champion and a full speed set once you get 1,000 points. If you do win, you get an ancient shard. Over here, you get daily playtime rewards just for logging in. You also have the pass here that was giving us so if we collect these, we'll unlock more levels. We get some brews here. And then as Kale's leveling up, you're seeing some of these are getting fuller and fuller. These give us a level and a half, each one of the big ones. And then there's also the daily missions here that give our account XP. So if we go back to summoning pool, we have 4 mystery shards. We can open these. And we also happen to summon a spirit champion, which gives us more silver there. Go into our inbox. That silver we got earlier is in here, as well as 2 promo code. These are from Sigmund's code, which will be right here. Where is it? The code conditions. So once we reach level 10, we'll get these rewards. Once we reach level 15, we'll get these. These we'll probably get today, where this might be the end of the day or midday, and then this, if we can really push and hit 30, we would get that. with XP going, we can check here. There's some events going on. There's a summon rush. So you'd have to get 6,000 points to get the epic, 6,100. All the really good rewards are down here, as well as here, these last two rows. The first rows have good rewards, like this is a great reward, this is great, this champion's good. Like everything here onwards great. This is all okay though, no, nothing to scoff at. But you do need to open a lot of shards. You see how the points are here? Like you need to open a lot of shards to get. It's like getting 6,000 points would be opening. What you would have to open six ancients, or sorry, 6 sacreds worth to get her. And why everyone's everyone's avoiding this, even though this is a very good fusion actually, and so are the epics and rares. They're pretty good. People are avoiding it because the Ninja Turtle champions have 2 more turtles to come out currently. You don't have to do this, but if you are playing this game to get the Ninja Turtles, you should save your shards because Leonardo has an event coming up to get him. So does Raphael. Raphael is over here. Sorry, my cat's added audio. But Raphael and Leo still have their events to happen. Donatello's, as I said, has already happened. It was a fusion. It actually wasn't too bad. April and Shredder are in the game as well, but they haven't told us how we're getting them yet. This is the arena. So as you can see, there's 3 different tiers here. 3v3 arena, which you need 12 champions for, is over here. These 2 arena formats are not live. This is the one in the middle here. Once your account's level 50, that you're playing a player live. There's bans involved. It's exciting, but it also requires very good, like I said, very good gear and very good speed. You do have to set a defense before you can jump in, so just choose. If you want a weak defense, just put a 1-star champion here. If you want a defense that might win, just put a few other champions here, and someone might fail at. And then hit battle and go. Every new area you go into, the battles will reset down to ×1. You have to 2 times everything for it to increase the pace at which you're doing the battles. Always make sure you're going back to the Bastion as these banners are coming up, every couple of them, to clear them, because if you don't, they may, what's the word I'm looking for? They may inhibit you from getting to the next page. Now these champs have gear on, so I do die to that. Combat tips, it's going to tell me to upgrade the gear. Okay, so see all these apprentice pass things coming up. We want to make sure we're grabbing those. Another level unlocked. So when we get KL2 level 30, there's something called upgrading, or over here, you upgrade with the chickens. Now, these are brews. Every brew you give him will increase him by a few levels to like 1 level. Just depends how high level he is. The higher level the champion is, the less experience they're going to get from the brews. So right now, if I give him 1, he's going to get 6 levels. But when I put 2 brews in, he's going to get 10. So he loses 2. Like, you're not going to always get, you need more XP as you're leveling up. To max it, I need to use 11 of these. I can't ascend him yet, I believe. Yeah. So we don't have potions yet to ascend him. And we don't have any books. But this area's got the biggest thing I can tell you is do not use these purple books, red books, or these larger faced books on a rare champion. These first tier books are for rares, the purple ones are for epics, the red ones are for legendaries, and the larger ones are for mythicals. These last 2 are very rare in the game. It takes a long time to save them up, and until you're doing a Nightmare Clan boss and Doom Tower. And the epic ones, you can win some as rewards, and you get them from rewards from tournaments and events. Same with the legendary ones, it's just they're few and far between. So just be very cautious on who you're booking first. Sometimes you can look up online like how good a champion is if you want to decide if you do want to book them or not. In here, we don't have any books for him, but we do have chickens to upgrade his rank, so we're going to put the chickens in. We also can use champions, as you can see here. So down the road, you're going to have lots of extra champions that you're going to use as food. Usually, you want to put a brew into them before you use them as food, just to get do this during a champion training tournament, and just get 10 levels or so into each piece of food before you use it. And the chickens, you don't need to do that. You can win these from tournaments and events as rewards, as well as other places in the game. And you can just, when you have chickens, you can just throw the chickens in and they auto upgrade the champion. So there we go, 2 more levels there. So we get some more silver, and we get some, we don't get this stuff, we get this stuff here, the potions. So when I was talking about Ascension, if we go down here, I don't think we'll be able to do all of his Ascension, because he needs medium potions. We'll get those later. We can do the first 2 tiers, which will increase his stats. And down here is where we'll get the medium potions for him for free. Also, we completed challenges. They're down here for silver. We just want to be clearing these as we go, unless they're energy or arena refills that we don't want to use them quite yet. This gives us energy refills. We do not want to take these yet. Our energy cap is 33. It is very low. This can give us up to 120 energy, or 110 even. These refresh weekly, so we do not want to take these for the next 6-7 days, because our energy cap will be higher then when we have to take them then, because these don't go to your stash, they go right into your energy refill up here. Same for any of the energy we get here. This goes right into the energy up here. And then once you have advanced missions unlock, it does the same. Okay, and I think we did everything here. This, we're going to use a promo code PP500 to get 500 points, and then also down here in the challenges, where is it? Sorry, go into quests. The achievement ones, we're going to get 500 more here. When we do get, you're going to get 9 a day from logging, or 12 a day from logging in. So we eventually will get this epic champion, probably within 2 weeks of login. Now back to here. It's tricky to defeat this alone. These champions don't have gear on, so hopefully the little bit of upgrading we did to Kale, he can kill this champion, kill their starter. If you bring other champions, sometimes they become targets as well. So there we go there. Got that done. It's going to give us a lot of easy battles at first, and then eventually we're going to have harder people to fight. As you can see here, a lot of people are pulling shards. Someone did get April O'Neil there. Maybe Kimmy. And others, etc. When you're in different chat channels, you can see lots of people getting lots. So some people got the 10x or 15 to 25x champions here. But these are the people that are likely doing the fusion, that they're pulling shards for that. They also got Harima, who's a very, very good arena champion. Okay. Now we've run out of arena medals, which when we finish a daily here, one of them gives us arena refills. We probably got it up here. Did we not? So it didn't even give us our normal, it only gave us 4 dailies here instead of the 7. But normally there's 7 here, and arena is part of it. And then doing doing this here, the campaign ones, usually gives us the arena medals. Sorry about that. They want their breakfast. I'm going to call this the end of part 1. And then I'm going to break this just into one more part. But I hope all this helps you get started in the game. Your first areas you are going to grind and farm will be here. The next video I will go over the marketplace. I will go over dungeons, the potion keeps, the early parts, what an event dungeon is. Right now Shredder's in there from Ninja Turtles. This dungeon gives you scrolls for your masteries. It's a unique dungeon. Over here, Sand Devil and Shogun are not open yet, but they're for ascending your gear, just as you can your champions. The potion keeps here will ascend your champions, where this will ascend your gear, unlocking new stats on the gear. It basically doubles your gear's power. And then faction wars are like these faction-specific crypts. So when we go to the index, all these different factions basically have a crypt that you have to beat 3 bosses in. And then there's a harder set after that when you complete it, but you get a legendary champion for completing the first set, and you get a mythical champion for completing the hard set. But we will go over that on the next one, as well as the forge. We unlock the forge when we get Sigmund High Shield. The Great Hall is where your arena is giving you medals. So these medals up here will upgrade these areas here. They'll give us like defense bonuses or damage bonuses or HP, as well as crit damage, resistance, or accuracy. Over here, these area bonuses are from Live Arena. You can't see them until you have it unlocked. So hope this helps get a day 1 understanding of the game and jumping into the early campaign to just start farming your gear. When you are eventually in a clan, I highly suggest taking the clan mission if it's available under Expert or the Advanced. That is getting epic or shields, specifically rare or epic shields from campaign, because until you've beaten campaign, you will get some here, 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 here. Like you can see your bonuses on normal campaign, and you'll get a void shard at the end there. So this is where we're going to break and cut for part 2. And then we will then move on to the next stages. Thank you everyone for watching. Like and subscribe if this video helped you out in 2025, starting out on a new account in Raid. And I'll include the promo code links that are currently useful as of September 2025, as of September 26th. If they do not work and it's a little later into October when you're seeing this video, or later in the year, the codes may have rotated out. There may be a new list. I will link websites. You can find those lists as well in the description of the video below. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you in part 2.